So what I meant about the first part of the video, to use different angles but use the same video, is you started with this, right? It's the start of your intro, but you change this part right here, the end, with an AI image. You can actually just use the same clips, as you can see here, Horse Heresy cinematic trailer, but use a different angle like this. When it transitions to the next clip, boom, different angle, same guy talking, same goes here, boom. Focus is still this guy. Alright, so to show you what I meant about white text on one part and red text on the other is similar to this. And just mute everything first so it's not distracting. Similar to this, since this is all white, let me change it real quick. So it would look something like this. This is also the part where it's to be like 3 seconds long at least, and has a 1 second fade at the end. Right, now for alignment. As you can see here that the image shows right here, this one, still continues until here. Has some pause, but when it moves to the next image, it's aligned with the audio to the next clip.
And if those shells proved insufficient,
That's how you align properly. This one has a slight gap. It is also fine. 2 frame, 1 frame or 2 frame difference, this is fine. But ideally you want the image to align properly right here. But this is still fine. It's barely noticeable. Alright, so let's move on how to show the chapters, or in some cases levels.
victory across a career spanning more than a century of war. Chapter 1. Service with the Valhallan 597. The Valhallan 597th did not exist.
For each chapter, have a fade in, 1 second long. And a fade out, 1 second long, and have a fade in as well, which also 1 second long, to the image and the text. And this is the result.
Service with the Valhallan 597.
You can see the chapter here, and also make it clip to the next, make the title clip to the next image before fading.
597th did not exist.
Ignore the background since it's not blurred, which doesn't really amplify the source book or the source here. As you can see, there's a white glow at the edge of the source, and I want you to replicate this with Premiere. And do this on all sources or images that has background like this. So it can highlight the image at the center. Alright, so this is how I add pans and zooms. Adjustment clips by using adjustment clips, or in your end adjustment layers. I added keyframes on this. So it has an animation like this, zooms. But if the image is only like this, 4 seconds long, you can actually shrink this without changing the speed. So it's all uniform for all images that has zooms or pans. 4 and 4 rule, 4 zooms and then 4 pans. So what I usually do, I just copy on DaVinci. It's Alt then hold, and it instantly copies it like this. So just imagine this is a new image. Right, so this is how it looks. This is the zoom. Yeah, it looks clean. This is the pans. Slow but still noticeable. Yep, it's pretty seamless. And when I add this is a different type of pan. I believe this is down to up. No, it's up to down. Okay. Boom. Yep, pretty smooth. This is how we add pans and zooms on images. Now, there is a time where you want to adjust or fix an image. For example, this. There is an adjustment with this clip here. Like, you just adjust it for like 30 frames. So there's a dead gap here. So what I normally do is never do it like this, where you just stretch out the previous image to fit here. Because what that will do is, since this is this has a keyframe, when you stretch it, just stops, and then the pan starts where the keyframe starts, so it looks weird, and this can cause a glitch like that. What I do usually to fix this, I just move the clip to the adjusted side and extend this clip until it reaches the next image. Since this has a long keyframe and right around 15 seconds, and we don't really have an image that is 15 seconds long. The longest I ever made was like 14, but that's really if it's really necessary. Majority of the times it doesn't reach that long. So use it like this and be all good. Okay, for names, replicate this type of effect through Premiere Pro. Still 3 seconds long with a fade at the end, 1 second long fade. And this is a typewriter effect. Here, look. You can hear that? I actually have a what they call this, a set of effects here that I compiled in one timeline, which is really sad that I can't give this to you since you're in Premiere. So this part here is for long names, and this part here is for shorter names. It's a Star Wars reference because we also have a Star Wars channel, and we use the same editing style as my previous workplace. So is for that. All right, so that should be it.